Hello class 8, hope you all are good. Now let's continue chapter 1, transportation system in plants. In previous video we have already discussed the structure of root hairs, right, and how the root hairs they absorb water from the soil by the process called osmosis. Now other processes are also there which involve in the absorption of water along with the minerals, because plants also require minerals for their growth and development, right? So now the minerals which are required now, like calcium, the minerals like calcium which is required for maintaining semi-permeability of the cell membrane. The same with potassium required for controlling opening and closing of stomata. Magnesium is required for what? Synthesis of chlorophyll. Nitrogen is required for growth and development and synthesis of protein. So they are and they all are dissolved in water in the soil. And for absorption of these minerals, plants require two main processes, that is called diffusion and active transport. Right? First, what is diffusion? Diffusion involves a movement of salt molecules from a region of their higher concentration to the region of their lower concentration. Right? In osmosis, you have read that what is osmosis? That is your movement of water molecules from their higher concentration to the lower concentration, but through semi-permeable membrane. But in diffusion, no semi-permeable membrane is required. Right? Now next is your active transport. Active transport is a movement of mineral ions from a region of their lower concentration. Just see, diffusion may have from higher concentration to lower concentration, but in active transport movement of mineral ions from a region of lower concentration to the region of higher concentration. Why? Because minerals, they are present in the soil in a low concentration, right, as compared to they are present inside the root hair cells, and for that they required what? Energy. Okay, now next is your transportation in plants. Plants have a transport system which serves two following purposes. It carries water and mineral absorbed by the roots to the leaves with the help of xylem. And second is your it also helps to transport the food which is made by the leaves to all parts of the plant with the help of phloem. Now let's discuss the structure of xylem. Xylem has four different types of cells which are called trachete, vessels, they are also called trachea, and xylem parenchyma and xylem sclerenchyma. Now first, trachees, they are elongated dead cells, and they provide mechanical support and play important role in transport of water. Which one? Trachees. Now next is your vessels, which are also called trachea, and they are open from both the ends and provide mechanical support to the tracheates and other cells, and they also help in transport of water and minerals. Right? Now next is your xylem parenchyma. These are only living cells which are present in xylem tissues, and they also they help in conduction of water and minerals, and these parenchyma cells also store reserve food in the form of starch. Right? Now next is your xylem sclerenchyma, which provide mechanical support to the tissue. Now next is, what is the function of xylem? All of you know they help in transport of water and dissolve minerals to the leaves of the entire plant. From where? From the roots. And they also help in ascent of sap. What is ascent of sap? Actually, the water and dissolved minerals, which are also called cell sap. They are also called cell sap. They move in upward direction against the gravity to reach the leaves of the plant, and this upward movement of sap from root to the top of the tree is called ascent of sap. Now let's discuss the structure of phloem. Phloem is a complex vascular tissue, right, which carries food from the leaves to all parts of the plant including your roots also, because roots also require food, right? And phloem has 4 different types of cells. These are what? First is your sieve tubes, second is your companion cells, and third is your phloem parenchyma, and fourth is your phloem fibers. Okay, now what are sieve tubes? Sieve tubes are actually their end walls are perforated. Perforated means having minute pores, just like a sieve. What is sieve? Channi jut, right? To form sieve plates, and they help in transporting what? Food from cell to cell. Now just look at the structure of a phloem. These are the just see. These are what? Sieve tubes, and the end of the sieve tubes, they are perforated. These holes are there, right? And these are companion cells, which are supporting cells, right? And the same way, these sieve plate is there, and side just you see phloem parenchyma. Okay, now next is your companion cells. These are actually associated with the sieve tubes and help in conduction of food material along with the sieve tubes. Now next is your phloem parenchyma cells. They store what? What is the main function of phloem parenchyma? They store food and other substances. Now last is your phloem fibers, which are made up of dead sclerenchymatous cells. And rest of your sieve tubes, your sieve tubes, companion cells, and phloem parenchyma, they all are living. Only one cell is there, that is your phloem fiber, which is made up of dead sclerenchymatous cells. And these cells, what is the function of these cells? They store food, right? And next is your, what is the function of phloem cells? Main, just you noted down this one. Phloem help in transportation of food, which is prepared by the leaves to all parts of the plant, right? Now next is your how water reaches from soil to xylem vessels in roots. All of you know that what root hairs, actually the xylem vessels, just see the structure of this cross section of a part of a root. Actually, just if you will see, these xylem cells are here, right? And this one is your root hair. The root hairs are what? They absorb water and mineral from the soil, and then these water and minerals, they move from root hairs to these cortical cells. What they are called? These are called cortical cells. From one cell to another cell, then another cell, then next cell. In this way, they reach to here. So how they reach? They reach from one cell to another cell by the process of same osmosis and diffusion, right? And then they reach to xylem, and then then these water and minerals, they start moving into the upward direction, right? They naturally then they will start moving upward direction, and they are moving in what? Against the gravity. They are moving against the gravity, which is called ascent of sap. What is called? Ascent of sap. What is ascent of sap? Upward movement of cell sap from the root to the top of the tree is called ascent of sap. In this way, what's happened? The water which is absorbed by the root hairs, it reaches to each and every cells or parts of the plant. Right? The same way, the leaves of the plant, they make food, and then it is transported to different parts of the plant. It is downward movement. Transportation of food is downward movement. It moves downwards to different parts of the plant through which tissues? Phloem tissues. Right? Okay, thank you, children.